Hi everyone and welcome to Leah's Cross Stitch Corner. This is FlossTube number 40. I mean, I've hit the big 40 before Graham has, despite many jokes about it. It is magazine time, although I have a little bit of a confession. I only have one magazine. Whoops. Do you like my t-shirt? This was the t-shirt I got for my birthday that I couldn't wear last time because I wore it all week. It went in the wash and I didn't get it back in time for the Floss Tube because Jackie was at work. My own fault for not knowing. And it says, easy distracted by cross stitch and dogs. I mean, I don't know how Graham gets these t-shirts, I'll be honest. Because they're always perfect. And they're always exactly about me. And they're just, honestly, just 100% about me. I have loads. Easily distracted by guinea pigs is one I have. I have classy, sassy and a bit badassy. I have lots of sprocker ones. I have other guinea pig ones. Is it easily distracted? I'm pretty sure I have one that says easily distracted. Which is bizarre because I am not the one who's easily distracted in our relationship. That is Graham. And he has a t-shirt that I got him that says caution, easily distracted by everything. I don't know what mine says now. I'm doubting. I don't know. Anyway, you'll see it if I wear it, or if I've worn it before, you'll know. You'll probably know better than me because I'm a bit dim like that. It's FlossTube number 40. I'm filming this on Sunday, the 26th of May. It's bank holiday weekend. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Man United lifted the FA Cup trophy yesterday. Yes! So, I am a big football fan. And I apologise, if this isn't what you want to listen to, just scroll below to where you want to go. But over the past few years, for like a decade maybe now, since Fergie left, it's been hit and miss. We get a manager, they play for a bit, they win maybe one trophy, maybe they win no trophies, then we sack them, and we start the cycle again. It's very toxic, it's no good. However, last year we got Eric Ten Hag in, and he won us the Carabao Cup. Last year we beat Newcastle. We got to the FA Cup final and we lost, unfortunately. And then this year we had a bit of a poor season, finished 8th, weren't going to have Europe, but we had this final to look forward to. So it was yesterday. By the time you watch this, it won't have been yesterday, it'll have been like 4 or 5 days ago. And I don't get my hopes up anymore. If you're a football fan or any kind of sporting fan and, you know, your team's been at the top and then they go down, you'll know that, you know, you don't get excited. Man City were the overwhelming favourites. In fact, I was going to put a bet on us winning it and I decided not to because I was like, it's ridiculous. I was going to put like £2 on it. I can't remember what the odds were, but I would have got 40 quid back. But I was like, don't be ridiculous, you're just going to jinx them. So I didn't. I don't bet. We put bets on the Super Bowl. We never win. And I don't bet usually, it's a loser's game to be quite honest. You're never going to win. The bookie's always going to have the odds forever in their favour. So Graham decided to play his game yesterday because normally on a Saturday we watch a film and Sunday he plays his game. But we flipped it round so I could watch the FA Cup final. So I had it on the tablet there and watching and we ended up 2-0 up before half time and I was like, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. No, please don't do this. We're playing against Man City who, you know, are never going to be down and out forever. But then like time crept on and they kept having chances but like not good enough chances. Like Haaland hit the crossbar, the only thing he did all game, to be quite honest. He was missing. None of the players had any kind of good game apart from Doku who came on at half time. And we just kind of were just like surviving. Every man was like getting the ball. Every man was being where they needed to be and doing what they needed to do. And they did get one goal back, which maybe Onana should have saved it, but Graham said it was right in the bottom corner, so maybe not. And then it was a very nervy last 10-15 minutes. I think it was like 10 minutes and then 7 minutes at a time. And I was just sat there and I was just very anxious, very stressed. I was like, I've got my hopes up now. I don't want to lose this now. And we won it. Bizarrely enough, we're going to probably sack our manager tomorrow. So by the time this video goes up, he's probably going to have been sacked. We've had new owners come in. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to go into it. It's not worth going into. But like, I disagree with it, to be fair. So for a minute there, I was a Man United fan channel. But the way I see it is the decision's already been made. Excuse me. So what's the point in me whinging about it? So that was good. That was fun. That kind of like was like a nice surprise of a weekend. And it's a long weekend anyway, which is also lovely. So then I've got 4 shifts left, and then we're off to Edinburgh to see Taylor Swift. We'll go on Tuesday and we come back on Saturday, and the concert's on Friday. So unfortunately you're going to have to wait for 2 Floss Tubes before you hear about Taylor and Edinburgh, because I was due to film the Sunday we come back. That's Summer's birthday. I am not going to be in the mood to film because we're coming back, the gig's Friday, we're coming back on Saturday. So we have one more day Sunday before we go back to work. We've massively messed up how we've scheduled it, but we had no more holiday to use, to be honest, so it is what it is. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm filming this today, and then next Monday I'm going to film my whip parade. So you're going to have to wait for 2 Floss Tubes forward. So Floss Tube 42 is where you'll have all the Taylor info, all the Edinburgh info, talking all about our holiday. So just be warned. I apologise. I just know I'm not going to be able to film on that Sunday. Like I say, it's Summer's 10th birthday. We're going all out. We've got our presents already. We've just ordered her a cake, a little doggy cake for her. We're going to decorate the fireplace and take some pictures. It's going to be lovely. If you want to see what we do, I'll probably post a photo on Instagram. So it's just so exciting. Bless her. She doesn't look 10. She doesn't act 10. But she's going to be 10. It's so cute. So in Floss Tube 42 you get all the hijinks from our holiday, info about Summer's birthday, all of that. Next, for 41 you won't get a lot of info. I'm filming it a week. To be fair, I was thinking about it and I was like, well, you're not going to see much progress because I haven't been stitching much. I'm going to talk about that soon. But I'm probably not going to have that much stitching time anyway when we're in Edinburgh. We'll have a little bit because we'd like to chill out. We don't want to be massively busy all the time. So the difference filming on the Monday compared to the Sunday is negligible, to be quite honest. It just means you'll get a better version of me because I'm going to be exhausted. I may not even have a voice. I might not have a voice after singing for 3 hours. I have my outfit already. I have a sparkly dress. I've got my denim jacket. I've got some sparkly cowboy boots and a sparkly mermaid type handbag. I'm so excited. Again, if you want to see the outfit and stuff, I'll post on Instagram when we're away. I can't wait. What else? Oh, sorry. I'm always like this. You think I barely wake up, I'll be honest. Graham's birthday was last week. It was last Sunday, in fact. So I'm filming this on Sunday, if you remember. So when this goes up, it'll be 2 Sundays back. Just so everybody's aware. It was the 19th of May. So we had a lovely day. He opened his presents on the Friday because he finished work at 8 PM. And it was like, if he opened them on the Sunday, he wasn't going to get to like look at them and, you know, play with them. And it was just like, oh, it's something to look forward to. So he's got some new whiskies. There? Yeah, if you can see them. That I got him. I didn't get him a lot of cross-stitch stuff. I got him a needle minder, and I'll show you that in the whip parade next time if I remember. I will remember because I'll be showing his whip. So I'll show you that then because it's lovely. But I didn't get him a lot of cross-stitch stuff because he's got everything he needs. So he's a monogamous stitcher, so he's only doing that one. I've got all the threads over there. I've got more fabric than he can ever know what to do with. The only thing we'll need to get is patterns, just depending on what he wants to stitch next. So that's fine. And I did tease that I'd got him something amazing. So I'm going to show you. So, we have a running joke that Graham has no marbles left. It's a running joke. He likes to think he's sensible and suave. He's none of those things. He's balmy. He's balmy as heck. So, for his birthday, I got him a bag of marbles. And they cost, like, less than £5, to be honest. And yet it was the best gift I got him. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll just cover myself up so you can see them. And I said to him, I was like, if you put them in your ears, you can up your marble count. So you can stop them in white glasses, in white coats coming from taking you away, to come to take you away. So there we go. Suffice to say, he wasn't amused. I was, however, and Jackie thought it was hilarious as well. And, you know, if someone knew what was going on, she would as well. So, as I said, he opened his presents. I'm going to yawn again. I'm sorry. It's not even a proper yawn, it's just like a... So he opened his presents on the Friday, and then on the Saturday we just chilled out. We watched Body Heat with Kathleen Turner and William Hurt? John Hurt. William Hurt. Mr. Hurt. We'll go with Mr. Hurt. It was quite interesting. Wasn't as good as Basic Instinct. And then on the Sunday, we had a barbecue. So last year during the summer we got a barbecue and we got some nice little outdoor furniture. We've got some chairs to sit out there. We've got a fire pit and a nice big umbrella. What's it called? Does it have a proper name? It's not an umbrella. Umbrella you use for when it rains. I can't remember what it's called. It has a proper name. Can you see the cogs turning in my head while I try to think of it? It's like a big massive cover. Like a big massive umbrella thing. But it's not an umbrella. It has a proper name, but I can't remember what it is. Graham's going to be dying laughing at me trying to figure out what it is because I'm just so thick. Parasol! It's a parasol. I knew I'll get there eventually. So we've decided that on a Sunday during like the summer months we'll go out and we'll have a barbecue, which is lovely. Really recommend the Tesco lemon, garlic and herb chicken fillets. Not that we could get any this week. Oh, Tesco drive me mad. Little side rant and then I'll get back to it. On the Tesco website, they take things out of stock. And they don't just take it out of stock for one store, because if we're not within the order, we can see all of the stock listed in, like, we can still see it and it's out of stock even there. So, they did it with melon. The melons were off for, like, weeks. This week we couldn't get the chicken fillets. We couldn't get the foil trays we get. Just, like, various things just out of stock. And it's like, leave it all in stock. And then if they can't pick it, they'll put a sub or they'll put it out of stock at that point. Stop doing it where you can't actually put it down. It frustrates the life out of me. I'm very, very grateful that we can get deliveries because I would hate to go to the supermarket. We don't drive, so it would be a nightmare. But, you know, stop being a pain. I wanted to get some nice finely sliced beef for me sandwiches. Couldn't get that. It's just annoying. And it came today and there was no milk. There was 2 milk less than we ordered. It was just like, what? You mean the picker couldn't tell that we'd ordered 4? I used to be a home picker, so I can absolutely judge. And there's some people who just don't do it properly. They just like do half a job. Like sometimes we order something from like the home section of the store. You can guarantee it won't come. We ordered a garlic press, it didn't come. There was something else, it didn't come. They don't want to walk to that end of the store and get it. It drives me nuts. And you pass the feedback back to Tesco on like Facebook. And they're like, yeah, we'll pass it back. And you know they don't. You just know they don't. It's so annoying. Hey, lad. But anyway, I digress because it's irritating. And it winds me up. I used to work in retail, so I can judge it as much as I like because I used to do it. And I used to do it well, thank you. So we had a barbecue on the Sunday. It was really lovely. It wasn't the best weather. It was cloudy, it was overcast. But it wasn't raining. So it was like, fine, we'll get out. We'll get the fire pit on, you know. We'll be nice and warm. It'll be lovely. I have a bit of a bevy or two. It's kind of where we've got these glasses and they're really nice. They're not glass, they're plastic, which is good because we can have them outside without worrying and smashing them. And I put in a can of pop. 2 ice cubes and then I just top it up with vodka. And Graham's like, that's not a way to measure vodka, Leah. But I get a bit merry on a Sunday when we have a barbecue and that's fine. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. Graham had his quiche birthday cake. But he doesn't like birthday cake, so he has a quiche. And put the candles in, lit that all up. It was lovely. Oh. And then we came in about 9 o'clock and we were watching Home Improvement because that's our nighttime sitcom. We watched the Goldbergs with tea, and then we watch Home Improvement on an evening when he does my hair, because he brushes my hair for me. It's lovely. Oh, it's so relaxing. I'd brush his, but it isn't long enough. And then I'm just sat minding my own business, and there was, my mum said it was meant to thunder, but we live in the same region, County Durham, but she's a lot higher up, so they're more likely to get like snow, rain, thunder, and the like. We live quite low down, I think it is, and we don't get any of it, to be honest. We don't get thunderstorms very rarely. It doesn't really snow up here. You know, we don't get the worst of the weather, which is a bit annoying, because I do like when it snows and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, Graham goes, uh-oh. And I was like, what? He stopped brushing my hair, and I'm watching Home Improvement, and it's fab. And he's like, uh-oh. And I'm like, what? And I saw a flash. I was like, oh, no. I don't like thunder and lightning. I have a phobia of thunder and lightning. It makes me anxious. It makes me shake. It used to be. I'm a lot better now. But it's worse on an evening. And it used to be where, like, we went to Florida when I was a kid, and I used to hide in the closets because they had, like, big walk-in closets. And I'd have to plug my ears and close my eyes, and I wouldn't come out until it was over. And if it used to thunder when I was, like, by myself in bed or whatever, I'd have to hide under the covers and close my eyes and plug my ears. You kind of get the drill. It's a lot better now. I'm not as bad during the day. If it thunders and lightnings during the day, it's not too bad because you can't really see the flashes. You can just hear the thunder. It still makes me, like, shake. It still makes me wobbly. But on a night time, and I was watching it, because, like, I get hyper obsessed with it. So, like, I don't like it, but I've also got to know what's going on with it. And, like, if it thunders, I can't go like, to the toilet or in the shower or anything, because, you know, water conducts electricity and stuff. And it's, like, it's just been ingrained in me. It used to be that I used to take my jewellery off as well, because I didn't want to be, like, struck. But I'm not that bad with it anymore. I used to, like, turn plugs off. I used to, like, I was proper nuts over it. It's really, really bad. So I was, like, watching. I'm trying to, like, half watch Tim the Toolman Taylor and half watch the sky, and I'm like, and it, like, flashed. And Graham's like, Graham doesn't mind it. Graham loves it, and he'd love to sit and watch it. But he's appreciative that I don't like it. So, like, we had to go down. We went downstairs to have our supper, and I, like, just sprinted down. I was like Usain Bolt, straight down the stairs, because I didn't want to see any flashes in the dark. And it stopped. It only went for about 20 minutes, but, like, I was proper on edge. It took me a while to relax down. I slept well, actually, considering, because normally it keeps me awake, because normally I'm worried about it. And, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It is a proper fear. I really, really don't like it. If I was out in it, it's happened a couple of times when I was a kid, where one time I was walking home from school, and, oh my god, it started thunder and lightning. I literally ran home. I literally was running past people, and people were just laughing at me, and I was just like, no, I can't be out in it. I can't be out in it. And one time we were in the street, and I swear to God, the sky was orange. It probably wasn't, and I'm probably over-dramatising it since I've, like, grown up. But it was like watching the sky turn, like, this dystopian orangey colour. And it started to realise, just no. I don't like it. It's meant to thunder today and tomorrow, and I'm just like, no, please don't. It probably won't. Like I say, we're really low down, so it probably won't. But, proper sets me on edge. I'm sure you all wanted to know that, by the way. I'm sure you all wanted to know that. I hate them. I absolutely hate it. It's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. And it's bizarre. It's strange to be scared of a weather. Because that's what it is. It's weather. But, like, I don't know. I've always been frightened of it. And it's never going to go away. And I know I could probably kind of maybe get, like, therapy or, like, get put under, like, hypnotised and maybe take it away. But I don't think I would. I think the first storm I would just be, like, exactly the same. So, FlossTube? What the heck is FlossTube, Leah? It's FlossTube number 40. 10 away from 50. 10 away. Woo. And it's magazine time. Now, I've got a confession. I cancelled Cross Stitcher. This was a little while ago. I cancelled it about a year ago at this point. Just after it renewed last time. And I was sat waiting for it to arrive this time. I was like, where is it? Why isn't it here? Turns out the last issue was the last one that I got. So these will just now be the world of cross stitching. I was thinking about carrying them on maybe, but I don't get any value out of them myself. It's very rare I stitch anything out of them, and I love sharing them with you guys. I do love that. but I'm just ended up with magazines that I can't do anything with. So I've decided to leave it, so I'll just share my favourite one, which is The World of Cross Stitching, and then we'll just have a bit of a chat. Why not? These ones probably won't be as long as me whip parades. I'm going to try and keep the whip parades about an hour, hour and a half. These ones I'll try and keep like 45 to an hour with a lot of chatter. And we'll just go from there. I've had a bit of a boost on my subbies, which is nice. Thank you to everyone who watches and subscribes. If you're here and you haven't subscribed, please do. You don't have to stick around and watch every single video, but a subscribe really helps me. And I am so close on the watch hours. I just need the subscribers. I just need a video to go slightly... I mean, the one video that went slightly viral didn't really give me that many subbies, to be honest. It's had about 2.7k views now. But it hasn't really given me many subbies. So I'm going to try and think of something that I can do to maybe like boost it a little bit. Because I'd really like to get a little bit of money. I really would like to support the cross stitch habit. That's the goal. Will it happen? I don't get as much time as I would like to put into FlossTube. I don't get as much time to stitch, to be honest. I'm going to discuss that in a little bit. That's my little topic for today. But let's go through the magazine first, because I've been talking for 20 minutes already, and you know me, that's standard at this point. So this is the world... Ah, I thought that was the free gift out of it, but it's just fell out the magazine, so it clearly isn't. So this is the World of Cross Stitching. It is issue number 347, July 2024. Look at Elma on there. The free gift is not that bookmark. The free gift is this lovely Fairy Tales one. If I can hold it still, it will focus. I like it. It's so cute. This might be one that I actually do at some point, but we're going to discuss that shortly as to why I won't be doing it anytime soon. Yeah, because I'm being good. I really love that. Designed by... Why not tell us on the front? Hang on a minute, because it is in the front here. Lucy Heaton. That's designed by Lucy Heaton. I think that's really cute. I've had a couple of good gifts actually, because I do quite like, even though it's not part of this one, it must have been from the last one, I do quite like that as well. I have bought myself a stitchy bookmark that I can't wait to do, because I'm reading a little bit more at the minute. I finished The Surgeon. It was excellent, exactly as I expected. I've read it before. I've read it like 3-4 times. Amazing. I thought it was raining. I've started Every Time I Go on Vacation Someone Dies by Catherine Mack, who is Catherine Mackenzie. And it's a like cozy mystery set in Italy. It's going to be part of a series. It's going to be a film or a TV series, I believe, as well. I'm a little part way through that. I'll be taking it on our holiday with us. And I'm just so excited. I love when I get a chance to read a little bit more. So I'm very excited. So here is this issue here. And let's see what we've got. Before I go into it, did anybody get the most recent cross stitch gold? I'm looking to see who designed the mermaid on the front cover. It was in the top right corner and it looked like a mermaid. I couldn't find it in WH Smith to have a look at it, but I was curious who designed that mermaid because it looked really nice. If anybody can tell me, if you can send me a picture on Instagram or a picture just to see a little bit more of it, because I can only see a tiny little bit of it. I'd like to just see it if anybody knows, or just tell me who designed it as well, please. I'm just curious. So, is there anybody I know in the guests this month? I say that as if I know loads of people. I really don't. So, the Fairy Tales this month is Charlie, and he's ready to play a game of tennis just in time for Wimbledon. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love these Fairy Tales characters. They're so inclusive. They're so cute, which is very impressive. Is a housekeeper? Does that mean they look after somebody's house, or they are like a house? Curious. Just says here, someone is a housekeeper from Barnsley. I'm just curious, does that mean they look after other people's houses, or they just keep their own house? Curious. So look at that. That's lovely. I'm so excited for Wimbledon. We have a summer of sport coming up, which is exciting. The French Open will be started by the time this video goes up. It starts today. Then Wimbledon. Then we have the Euros starting in June. I'm doing a sweepstakes at work for that. I'm very excited. And then the Olympics start. And then in September, the novel comes back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, go Bankies, go Bankies, go Bankies. Then the length that the Nuffle season is away is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I'm so excited for that. It's going to be such a good summer. Like, we don't have any more holidays after, well, I don't have any more holidays after June until hopefully August and then October. So it's going to be a long old haul. But I've got some good sport to keep me company at work, which is exciting. Ugh. I like having a bit of tennis on or a bit of anything, to be quite honest. I'm going to show you these because I really love them. The football season will start again, of course. Like, the fact the football season ends and starts again before the Nuffle even comes back is ridiculous. I've actually started putting some of my 2025 holidays in. I'm proper ahead of myself. We can put them in a year in advance, see. So I've booked off a not a Sunday, I don't work a Sunday. A Monday and Tuesday in January for the Nuffle semi-finals before the Super Bowl. We've booked a week off in February for the Super Bowl, of course. A week off in April because we go for a little holiday on the end of April. And have I put any more in? Yeah, I have. I've put 2 days in for Graham's birthday because it falls on a Monday next year, which is a pain, but it's fine. So there's an advertisement. There's so many ads in this magazine, by the way, so I will be complaining about that. Look at these from the Nutmeg Company. I've been wanting one of these for yonks. I saw somebody on Reddit who started one. They hadn't put it all together, but they'd done all the bits and pieces ready to. I just think they're absolutely stunning. And you can go to 3dcrossstitch.co.uk to buy them. That's not an ad, by the way. I love them. I really do. I think they look so lovely. I think they're just like really clever as well. Just absolutely amazing. I think Jackie would love that little 3D beach hut. Jackie loves a beach hut. She loves them. I think she'd love that one. Really, really nice. It's very clever. I can't even make a normal pattern, never mind a 3D pattern. The cover star this month, I couldn't think of the word, is Elma. Graham isn't a big fan. He says he looks very childish, which absolutely I think is kind of the point. But I see where he's coming from. I mean, I don't really know who Elma the Elephant is. Does it tell me? Written and illustrated by celebrated children's author and artist David McKee, Elma remains one of the most iconic and widely read children's book series of all time. The story holds an important message: embrace the difference in yourself and others. I don't know that. I've never heard of the book or the character until I started cross-stitching, bizarrely. The kids' books I read, I can't really remember any of like the young kids' books I read. I was too small, I guess. I don't have lots of memories from when I was a child. It's very bizarre. But like, I read Jacqueline Wilkinson. No, I do that all the time. Jacqueline Wilson. I do that all the time. Jacqueline Wilson. And the Goosebumps books and the Babysitter's Club books. I used to love the Babysitter's Club books. And the Faraway Tree, is it called, from Enid Blyton? I used to love that book as well. And there used to be one, it was about a dog who had a poorly paw. And I feel like it was called like The Dog with the Wounded Paw or something. I really loved that. And there's a book I've been trying to find, and I'm sure it was called Get Rich Quick. And it was about these kids who wanted to make a lot of money, and I think they had like something to do with bins, like emptying bins or something. And they're the kind of the books I remember as a kid. I was a big reader. I used to love going to the library. It was so fun. I used to love picking out books to read and catch up with the Babysitter's Club and what have you. So I don't really remember any of these like children's books like this. It's really cute. Like, they've done a really, really good job of it. It's very nice. But like, I kind of get what Graham's saying. It's also very childish. Which is the point. So I'm not having to go by any bit. That is absolutely the point. And it is absolutely adorable. It's not something I would stitch though, to be honest. I can just show you closer. It is lovely. I love them little heart trees. I think they look fantastic. It is lovely. But you know, it is quite childish. I think anybody would agree that it is. But it's lovely. I've got a bit of skin bugging me. so here's what it's based off. There, look. I quite like that. That's clever. I love that. That's kind of what Bothy Threads do. They take like pictures, like artwork from Hannah Dale and other artists, and they turn it into a cross stitch. That's what they've done here. It's very clever. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. I don't know. I'm too stupid, I guess. I've tried designing. I've had a couple of goes at it, and I'm just not good at it. Which is annoying. I'd love to have my own craft website, but I'm not good at it. I think Graham would be very good. I think Graham should have a go. He's a lot better at drawing and stuff than I am and making stuff. So I think if he could ever get the time, I think he would be quite successful at it. Here's an advert for the Bothy Advent Calendar. I know a lot of people have gotten it for this year. I am not, as I have said multiple times. The only Advent Calendar I will be getting is the Coffee Craft Fabric one, because I want more fabric in my life, and the one Graham's making for me, which I'm so excited for. He's going to start purchasing for that shortly, he said. I can't wait. It's going to be fab. I can't wait. I am waiting for some fabrics. I know I said last time that Megan had a fabric Super Sunday and I wasn't going to get any. Well, unfortunately, that is not how it went. And they were dispatched last Saturday, and it's now Sunday and they still haven't arrived. So I'm going to leave it till just after the bank holiday, but I'm going to have to chase them up because I don't know where they are. I've never usually had an issue, to be honest. I know a lot of people have, and a lot of people have said. I've never personally had an issue, so I can't really comment on it. But I don't know where they are. I don't know why they haven't arrived. So she's going to have to either send me out some more or refund me, I guess. Which is disappointing because I really want that orange fabric I was talking about last time. Next up, that cover kit, by the way, is... I believe it's charted by World of Cross Stitch themselves. Let me just have a look. Ugh. Illustration converted by Fiona Baker. And you know, they actually have people who stitch stuff up. I would love to do that. I don't even know how you even go about it. But I probably wouldn't have enough time, to be fair. And I'd be very picky about what I would want to stitch. So actually, it's not as good as it sounds. So this is designed by Amanda Butler. And this is a nice fancy house. Castle. I have no idea, to be honest. I feel like this is one for like all the Bridgerton fans out there. I know Bridgerton's just come out with a new season. Everybody's loving it. I think. I haven't seen it myself, so I can't really say. I'm still trying to finish Gladiators, for God's sake. It finished months ago and I've only just watched the semi-finals. I get absolutely no time to watch things at the minute. So there's that. Dreams Come True. And it's a castle. I knew it was. That's what I said. It's a castle. So yeah. One for all the Bridgerton fans. I believe that's like a historical drama kind of thing. I feel like that would fit the bill perfectly. Designed by Amanda Butler. And it's approximately 60 hours of stitching. It has cross stitch, blending, back stitch, French knot and beads. And the ease of stitching is intermediate. I mean, I would go a bit further and say it's, I don't know, whatever the one after intermediate is, personally. But look at the detail on it. Look at them close-ups. I don't know how they get good pictures. I kind of take good pictures across stitch to save me life. It's very annoying. Very clever. I've never done a stitch with blended threads before. Just gonna see. A bead nabber may help you to easily pick up beads for when you need to thread them. I don't know what that is, but I'll have a look at it. So, for the blended stitches, let me have a quick look. Yeah, it looks like it's one of each. And it says, I'm just going to give you a little bit of info. Why not? How to stitch with blended threads. To stitch with blended threads, begin by checking the key to see how many strands of each colour you'll need for the blended stitches. This is usually one of each colour, but not always. All you need to do is thread your needle with the specific quantities of the different coloured strands, then stitch as normal. You'll see that the blended stitch has its own colour on its own symbol on the chart, which is different to the symbols for the non-blended colours. Do you remember when you used to read out loud as a kid and you have to like read a bit and then look up and then read a bit and then look up just to show that you're like interacting with the audience? That's what I do. Clever. I've never done it before. I've never had a pattern that calls for it. But it's a very effective design. I'm just going to see if that... I think they are as well. Yeah, like if you see, I'll... You might not be able to see as good on the camera, but like that's all blended up. Like there's bits up here that's like the blended threads. It has a fantastic effect. Really, really good. I really like that. Very, very clever. Next up, we have this Striker Pose Floral Silhouette by Peri Abdul Hadi. Should have a drink actually. I'm thirsty from talking so much. Oh, you know when you feel it going down your chest and it's nice and cold? I really like that. It fits in with the whole like fancy lady kind of theme, and I think it's very cleverly done. So this is 65 hours of stitching. Cross stitch, fractionals, back stitch and French knot. Oh, French knot. I have a feeling when I start beading, I'll probably bead rather than French knot because I hate French knots. I hate French knots. And the ease of stitching is intermediate. I really like that. I think that's really, really nice. It's nice and bright. It's nice and colourful. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Look, I'll show you. I'm famous. I'm not really. It's just my name actually stitched up. I like that. Oh, look at this cat. This is so cute. I'm just checking to see what else. So, it's someone asking Jenny Barton. Is it Jenny? I believe it's Jenny Barton. Just called Jenny anyway. My cat Pepper loves to stretch on my desk while I'm working. I call it her kitty ballet exercise routine. She adores that. She will walk back and forth over and over showing off her move. Could you please design a fluffy black kitty in a tutu in honour of my little prima ballerina? And there it is. I'll just duck out of the way because you can see that. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. There's also a technique focus on beading, which is very, very handy because I will have to bead at some point. The mermaid will need beading. So they suggest to use a whole cross stitch when you attach a bead. So go through and do like a normal kind of X, I guess. You can use invisible thread. I bought some invisible thread precisely so I could do that. I'll get to that at some point, I guess. The Stitch Along by Doreen Jones. We're doing the centre of it this month. Quiet stitching in progress. This is 7 hours of stitching, cross stitch and back stitch, and the ease of stitching is beginner. Exactly as I would expect. It's really nice. I do love the very sweet floral design. There it is. That's going to be the finished project. And part 7, I believe. So there's only 5 parts to go. Yeah, I do like that one. It is nice. Save on your next cruise. What? These adverts, I tell you, they're becoming very advert heavy in this magazine, which I don't really like. So, out in the wild, journey to North America with this fun set of cute critters. And this is the design library for the month. Just if anyone was wondering, Caterpillar Cross Stitch have released their new Stitch Along, the North American Adventure. Part 1 came out last week. I'll be honest, I think they're kind of rushing the Stitch Alongs, which is a bit, I don't know, it puts me off a little bit. I've got that one to do because I want to do it because it matches the British Isles one. But they're kind of rushing it. They've got 2 on the go at the minute and it just feels like they're rushing it out. It's going to come out within like a very short period of time. And then they've got the next one ready to pre-order in June. It's like, calm down. What's the rush? You're kind of like speeding through everything. And I don't know. Don't agree with it. I just think, you know, if you want to, I think 2 maybe 3 stitch alongs max per year is plenty, but I think personally 2 is. You're kind of taken away from the enjoyment of it by trying to rush it all out. And then obviously you've got the ones who spend all day on it and try to be first. Oh, alright, you finished it, but you've got to wait a month now for the next one. Obviously I understand people do what they want, but personally I kind of like want to at least take my time a little bit with it. I don't kind of want to rush massively through it so like it's all done. I want to enjoy like the stitching of it. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm like, I don't know anything. So here is these cute critters. And then there's 2 here. Quite like this, I think it's a cardinal. And then 2 more. And then those ones as well. There's obviously more than this. It is usually quite a big design library, this one. This is just showing some of them off. And these were done by Molly Johansson. I'm not sure if you pronounce it as a G or like a Y. She's designed the new Caterpillar cross stitch box. So she designed the book one, which I didn't like. I thought it was a bit basic. The word I was going to use is not kind, so basic we'll go with. It didn't work for me. It wasn't what I wanted for a book lovers pattern. I just thought it was a bit rubbish, to be quite honest. And she's designed the next one, which is a Halloween themed one. And it's a Halloween house. And for some bizarre reason has a big smile on its roof. So I'm going to get it, because I think I'm going to get it. Because I kind of want the witchy needleminder more than anything. But I'm going to change it up a bit, because I don't like that random smiley face on it. I think it's bizarre. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it just, I don't know, it just looks weird. Why is the house smiling? I can understand, right? I mean, the books were smiling as well, and again, that's kind of what put me off it a little bit. I don't understand just putting random smileys on things. It's random. So, I'm just ranting today. We now have this stunning snips design by Fabi Riley. Again, I just don't know how to pronounce it and nobody's ever corrected me, so I'll just go with both ways. So you got this scissor fob here, and then this big scissor holder here. And as I say, designed by Fabi Riley, approximately 5 to 15 hours each, cross stitch and back stitch, and ease of stitching is intermediate. And it tells you how to make the scissor case. I wouldn't even attempt it. I have told yous, I am absolutely no good at all at stitching things that aren't cross stitch. Like it says here, slip stitch the lining. What? What? I don't know what that is. I can do basic like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But when you ask me to do random stitches that I don't understand, I can't do it, not gonna lie. Can't do it. I just can't do it. And in case anybody's wondering, there was a part 1 of the stitches set in issue 346 June 2024, and that had a biscornu and what I assume is a needle case. And then we have a stitcher style with Lucy Heaton, which is quite nice. They should do more features like this. I have said it for so long. There should be more features with the designers. I want to hear their process. I want to learn how to design. I want to learn all of that stuff. That's just me. We now have this nice spring spread your wings design by Doreen Jones. Yes, that. Lavender Fields, it looks like. It's quite nice, but a lot of very full coverage, this one. So it's 80 hours. So, are you ready? Cross stitch, half cross stitch, back stitch, lazy daisy stitch, what? French knots, and ease of stitching advanced. I would agree with that 100%. I don't know what a lazy daisy stitch is. I'm hoping it will tell me. I see! This chart is from the book and a cross stitch. This chart is from the book of Cross Stitch, an Essential Guide. No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with featuring things from books. It's already in a book. We don't need it here. Why not get something commissioned? Again, that's another thing that drives me mad. They do a lot of sponsored posts, a lot of featured, like, advertised type posts. Don't like it. Anyway, it does tell you how to do lazy daisy stitches, and they're quite nice actually. I like them. I don't like that. It just feels a bit lazy. It feels just a little bit, you know, lazy. There's no other word for it, to be honest. So here's our best buys for the month. Oh, Graham sent me a chat. I love these. Ah, they're from DMC. So these are the American Dream Hoop collection from DMC. I think they're fab. Get a look at them. So there's a motel, the like Route 66 gas thing, that which just reminds me of Breaking Bad, and then cowboy boots and a cactus. I love them so much. Can you hear that dog barking? It barks all the time. It lives outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but it lives outside, and the owners just don't seem to care. It consistently barks. That's the only ones that I like out of these Best Buy ones. There's nothing much that's massively exciting other than those American ones. I love that motel one. I think it looks fantastic. Next we have this Sun-Kissed Blooms. It's the third part of a series. It's a wreath series, a flower wreath series by Amanda Gregory, sponsored by Stitchtastic. So do you see what I mean with all of the sponsored stuff? I think it's okay. I like the lilies. I do like how they've done the lilies. They look nice, but it isn't something I would stitch personally. I'm not a big floral person. I get flowers every month off Graham, and I love daffodils. I do love daffodils. I do love flowers, but I'm otherwise not floral, if that makes sense. So this will take approximately 50 hours. It has cross stitch, fractionals and backstitch, and it's intermediate ease of stitching. And this is the third one, so there must be one more wreath to come. So the winter wreath was in issue 338, the spring wreath was in issue 343, and the autumn wreath will feature in issue 350. And if you take advantage of the exclusive offer of a World of Cross Stitching readers, you can get 15% off if you buy this magazine. Like I say, I disagree with these sponsored posts and sponsored patterns and stuff. I'd rather just, you know, have proper patterns and not ones taken from books and stuff. So, next up we have this home design. This must be a letter library. And this is designed by Heather Nugent, Fun on the Farm. It's all farm related letters with like chickens, barns, horses, tractors, honey, wellies, ducks, goats, a scarecrow, a dog, a sunflower, eggs, apples. I quite like that actually. It's quite cute if you know any farmers. And then next up we have these monster cards by Doreen Jones. That dog is getting right on my wick. There we go. It just barks incessantly. It's literally just incessant. Quite like them. So Stitch for Kids, of course. Approximately 6 to 8 hours each. Cross stitch, back stitch and French knot. Lord. Intermediate ease of stitching. Ah, I think they're lovely. I don't know any children, apart from Artie next door. And the little girl the other way, I don't know her name. They're quite nice. And then next month, we have another doll. We have these bits and pieces here. We have this majestic lion. We have these cute newlywed fairy tale. Are they fairy tales? Oh no, Margaret Cherry, these ones, apologies. These 3D designs. The balloon kit is a freebie, and then I can't really see what that is, to be fair, from here. Looks like a bookmark. Ah, Poppy, it's a table runner. That was close. And that's it. Join the Cruise Collective. Okay. So there we have it. issue number 347, July 2024. Happy days, that's all done. I am knackered. Ow. So, just want to have a little bit of a chat about what's going on in my cross-stitch life at the minute. I've filmed for 50 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes of that was just me rambling. Oh, excuse me, just me rambling on. But that's what you're here for, right? You don't just want the cross-stitch stuff, you do want the chatter as well. Well, I hope you do anyway. I'm going to keep doing it, so buckle in. So I'm having a bit of a difficult time with me cross-stitch. It's quite frustrating. Like I say, I don't get a chance to watch any FlossTubes. I don't get to take part in any of the special events like Mania. I was hoping to do Gaia, one of the Bella Filipinas, with Kat and Emma and the Runner Stitcher and maybe a few others, but I'm still waiting on the beads. And I just don't have the time. Quite frankly, I don't. And, you know, it's really difficult to admit that because, you know, I want to do everything. There's, you know, I've got ones for my birthday that I want to do, and I got the stitch along from Claire from Love Poppet that I want to do because she kindly sent it to me. And, you know, Caterpillar have a couple of cross-stitch stitch-alongs on the go that I wanted to do that I've got. You know, fear of FOMO is real. And last week I was thinking of starting that Love Poppet stitch-along. I've put a couple of stitches in readiness of starting it. And I was talking to Graham about it, and he was like, well, what have you actually got going on? And I was like, the Halloween one, the Trick-or-Treat stitch-along from Lakeside Needlecraft from last year. The historical sampler stitch-along that they sent me that I'm not fussed about, but I've started, so, you know, I'm going to have to finish it. The Mermaid, Maiden of Tupataha. The Princess Homecoming stitch-along from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, I couldn't think of the name. The Slumber Party stitch-along that I was doing with Julie, but I don't think she started it, so it's just me now. And the No Time Like the Present stitch-along by Modern Folk Embroidery. Now, 4 of them are huge stitches that are going to take me a lot of time. The Halloween one wasn't as much, and the historical sample one only has about 2,000 to 3,000 stitches left to do on it. So we were talking about it, and he's like, you know, he wasn't telling me what to do. He doesn't, but he likes to give his opinion. I appreciate getting his opinion because sometimes I kind of need it. And he's like, you know, if you start another one, that's 7. I don't even stitch 7 days a week, unfortunately. I don't mind actually because I love that I have the Wednesday off because you have game night. So I stitch 6 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I get about an hour, hour and a half. Wednesday's game night. I love that. It's our new thing where we just play a game of some kind because we love board games. We're playing backgammon at the moment and it's so much fun. But we mix it up. We've got a lot of games that we go through. And then Saturday I stitch for about 3 hours. Sunday I used to get about 4 hours, which is why it was Mermaid Day. But since we started going out for barbecues, I don't want to take her out there and get her mucky. So I stitch for a couple of hours on the afternoon and then I read of an evening, which is lovely. So I don't get a lot of time. And I can put in about a couple of 100 stitches. Like of an evening when I have stitched for like an hour, hour and a half, get like a couple of 100 stitches done. And I'm not really making progress. I'm kind of just like making tiny bits and nothing really massively noticeable. And even when I look at it, I'm like, I'm just not getting any further forward. So Graham was like, you know, the last thing you want to do is start another one, which absolutely 100%. Because then I'm just going to like put others on the back burner and not get any progress on them. And, you know, it kind of opened my eyes a little bit because it's true. I don't get a lot of stitching time. I don't have my Wednesday off now to stitch all day, which is what I used to... Well, I used to stitch on the afternoon. I didn't stitch all day because I used to film on a Wednesday. And then on the afternoon was mine to stitch. And, you know, I kind of have to realise that I'm not getting as much time. And depending on when I eventually drop the shift, I'm not going to have that time until I do that. So, he's a monogamous stitcher. He just stitches on his one chop and mold project. He doesn't want to have any more on the go than that. And he's quite happy with that as well, you know. He loves stitching on it. He loves seeing the progress. And I kind of get a little bit jealous because I'm like, wow, look what you've done kind of thing. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to get some actual progress and, you know, get a finish or two and, you know, feel a little bit better at where I am with it. For some reason, we got thumbtacks under the telly. What a random place to put them. Graham will put things wherever. And then I'll just notice them and I'll just be like, ah, apparently there's some thumbtacks on there. Push pins. I don't know why. Who knows? He's balmy. So I was like, do you know what? Right, fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to start that stitch along. And then what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to push for a finish of some kind. So I've been working on the Halloween one quite a lot actually recently because I want it done before Halloween comes around again. So I've decided to get that one finished. I had about 2,000 stitches left. So I'm now down to, I believe, under 600 stitches. Like, I've made massive progress. I spent a good chunk on it yesterday. And I've actually made some decent progress. So I'm going to stitch that one today as well. I'm going to stitch the mermaid on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, because I always stitch the mermaid one day of the week. So I'm monogamous cross-stitch-ish. And then hopefully I'm going to have that Halloween one finished by the time I shoot my whip parade next time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the historical sampler one because I want to get it finished. I want to get it off the slate. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of looking at it. I keep going to pick it up and I'm just like, oh. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid that. You know, it works for some people to have 40 whips or 20 whips or any of the number in between. Maybe they have more stitching time. Maybe they don't like to finish stitches. Maybe, who knows? Who knows what? I'm not judging. I'm not bothered. You know, you do you. I like a finish. I like to show finishes. I like to get them off the pile. I like to be like, oh, yeah, I've done that. And while I do love a start, I think, you know, 5 whips is sufficient for me. You know, it'll be a lot easier once I can clear some of these big ones off, which is going to take a lot of time because the big ones, like I say, you know, I've got a lot left to do on all of the ones that are left. But if I can clear one of the big ones to leave 3 big ones and then have 2 smaller projects on the go at any one time and kind of keep that balance right. So that's my plan. I'm finishing the Halloween one, then I'm going to finish the historical sampler one. That leaves me with 4. So that I can start that stitch along without feeling guilty. I've got 5. So then I'm going to push as much as I can to try and get one of the big ones finished. The closest one is going to be the Princess Homecoming stitch along. I've got a little bit left to do on the bottom and then I've got all of the top to do, but that's going to be the closest. The No Time Like the Present one is like 30,000 stitches, if not more, to do. The Slumber Party stitch along has 10,000 stitches just in its frame and I haven't even gotten that far along with it. The mermaid, I'm nearly 3 pages down out of 6. Then I've got to do back stitching and beading. So like these are all epic long-term projects. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And I'm not going to come on next week and be like, oh, I've had a new start. I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's right. You know, Graham, I take the mick out of him a lot, but he is very sensible when it comes to stuff like that. And he's like, you know, you don't get that much time to stitch, Leah, and it's frustrating anyway, having the projects that you've got. So, like, it's even more frustrating if I then start a couple and then I've got 8 projects and then I don't have enough days to even do one every day. And I don't do that. It would be nice if I could stitch one of them every day and make a tiny bit of progress each time, but it doesn't work like that. For me, I always stitch the mermaid once a week. That is without fail. I'd like to do her more than once, but she's quite big and she takes quite a lot of concentration, which is very difficult for me. So I kind of like to give her good attention when I do her, which is why I do her on a Sunday. So I'm rocketing towards a 3-page finish, to be fair. I've nearly finished that 3rd page. Nearly, she says. And I've only got 3 pages left. But then backstitching and beading, like I say, which is going to be a whole other kind of thing. And I'm going to take it every step of the way with that because I've never done it before, so might as well. So, you know, until I find a way to get more time to stitch, as in win the lottery and stop having to work, which isn't going to happen because I don't play the lottery. So unless NSNI come through with £1 million NSNI monthly win thing, I am working for a long time yet. It makes me laugh, you know, because There's people on one of the Facebook groups who complain about having to do chores because it takes away from the stitching time, which leads me to believe that, you know, the chores are the only thing they have to do. They don't necessarily work. I would love to do chores for a couple of hours every day and then stitch for the rest of the day. I would love that. If I, you know, I don't mind chores, to be honest. I used to love washing my clothes and cleaning the house and stuff. If it was a case of I didn't have to work and I just had to do chores for a small part of the morning, and then I could do whatever I want for the rest of the day, I'd be fine with that. I would be doing them chores like lightning quick. It wouldn't bother me. So, you know, it always makes me chuckle, and I'm always like, at least you don't have to work 8 hours a day and then do chores. Honestly. So yeah, that's the plan. So you're not going to see a lot of progress on my next whip braid because I have been primarily focusing on one. You know, I've taken a leaf out of Graham's book, out of Tan's book, who is the Monogamous cross stitcher, and I'm just trying to do better. I'm trying to do it where it's more manageable for me. And you know, I would love to show off 20 projects each whip braid, but would you love to see it? I mean, you probably would, to be fair, because I love watching when there's like 20 whips in a whip braid. But it's not going to go. It's not going to... I'll never finish anything. It'll take me literal years to finish anything. And who knows what happens, you know? What if I break my hands? I might not be able to stitch, you know? I don't want to just leave half-done projects everywhere. So, I'm knuckling down. I am knuckling down. I'm being a good girl and I'm getting my stitching done. And it's been fun, actually. Like, I got a lot of that Halloween one done this past, like, week and a half since I decided to do that. And it's nearly finished. If I just, you know, sit me bum down and concentrate on it, it's nearly done. It's amazing. And I'll buckle down with the historical sample one. I really have absolutely no love for that one, to be honest. But I've started it, so I'm going to finish it. It's all the stoppy-starty with it. That's my problem with the historical sample one sometimes. It's good if you want a little stitch. What's that? But it's very stoppy-starty. So, like, the Halloween one, like, I've just done the big house and the big moon. You get a lot of progress out of, like, what is a couple of hours stitching. When you do a couple of hours stitching on the historical sampler one, you do, like, half the amount of stitches you would do because you're stopping and starting and stopping and starting, stopping and starting. And it's frustrating. It is really frustrating. So what I might do is I might do it by colour. So I might just try and get all of one colour done and just, you know, do it that way. That's the thing. They're very fiddly. So it feels like you don't get as much progress. But maybe I'm just being dramatic. It could be that I'm being dramatic. So that's the plan. That is the plan. So, I'm going to wrap up. I don't have a lot more else to talk about. I just wanted to cover that. I'm just wanting to talk about, like, how I do it and stuff. And what my methodology is at the moment. You know, I wish I didn't have to work full time. I really do. I loved having my Wednesdays off, and this is a very high pressure job. Where being on the phones was high pressure, this is also high pressure. You know, if you make a mistake with a complaint, you get it upheld against you. And I went 2 years on the phones nearly without that happening. Was on complaints for 2 months and got a complaint upheld against me because I misread how much someone wanted back. It was 45 pence. It was over 45 pence. I personally wouldn't have, but, you know. So, you know, it takes a lot out of me, this job that I'm doing. I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would be as much as it is. And I love it. I do love it. It is a really, really fascinating job. And I love the whole investigative side of it. I feel like I'm a PI. I always say I'm like a private investigator looking in to see if we did something wrong. And if we didn't, happy days, you know. If we didn't do anything wrong, so what? If we did, then, you know, it's not a good thing. But it takes a lot out of me. I am drained when I finish. You know, it's like I've done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson by the time I finish work. And I'm just knackered all the time. It takes, like, the best out of us, I find. Graham and I both say, you know, work takes a lot out of both of us. And, you know, we're lucky. We don't have a commute because we both work from home. So, you know, we have a 2-minute commute up the stairs to the loft. We don't have that to add into the day. And, you know, we take turns cooking tea. So, like, we don't have to, like, neither of us weighs the burden of that. We both take our turn with it, you know. Graham does the Sunday dinner. I do the Monday dinner. You know, we take our turns. We fairly divide everything, you know. If he has a busy day, I'll do something for him. If he'll do it for me, and, you know, no tit for tat or anything. We just fairly divide everything. It's how we work. But like, we just both finish work and we're just like, and it's so exhausting, man. So exhausting. And, you know, there's people who probably do even worse jobs than what we do. And then they're sat at a desk looking at screens all day, which, you know, you would think wouldn't take so much out of you, and yet you've got no idea it does. Such is life. Whoever decided that a 5-day week with a 2-day weekend was the balance of it is ridiculous. It should be the other way around. It should be 2 days at work and 5 days off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, alright? That's how it should be. So, if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Get it in that YouTube algorithm so YouTube shows other people it and is like, ooh, should we watch this video by this balmy County Durham girl? If you are not subscribed, please do. Like I say, every subscription counts. Everybody who subscribes counts. And it gets me towards that nice 1,000 so I can get a little bit of ad revenue. It'll probably not be as much as I'm thinking. It definitely won't be. I'm just a tiny little channel. But it would be better than nothing. Leave a comment. I reply to all my comments. It sometimes takes me a little bit, so please don't be offended if I don't reply straight away. Like I say, work takes it out of me. So leave a comment. I will respond. I always do respond. And I love having that kind of conversation with everyone. I love talking about what's going on. I hope you all have a lovely fortnight. I'm saying that, but I'll be filming again in a week. But you won't see it until then, so I'm excited. Get this week out the way. 4 days. Just 4 days. And then a couple of days off before we go to Edinburgh. Graham works on the Saturday, actually. Not that I should remind him. And go see Taylor. I still can't believe it's real. I still can't. We bought the tickets. It's like nearly a year ago. Just under, I think. And I still can't quite believe it. It still kind of just like blows the mind that, you know, I'm going to be seeing Taylor Swift and hearing her sing and... oof. It's crazy. I won't believe it until I'm actually in the stadium. Until she actually comes on stage. It's just, bucket list. It's a bucket list item for me. And Graham's tagging along. He's dreading trading friendship bracelets. He was like, so what's going to happen? And I was like, people will trade friendship bracelets with you. He's like, why? Oh, God. But my sister made me like 50 or 60 friendship bracelets. So I've got plenty to trade. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So, I'm going to yawn again. I can't leave you without a last yawn, can I? Sorry, Michelle. Have a lovely fortnight. I'll see you all again. There'll be a finish on my next whip braid, she says, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And happy stitching. Happy stitching. Bye.